MVP and Alex Bregman. Bregman, PCA, and a bullpen lead the Cubs to a comeback win in a game that they did not look like they were going to win, and it really probably shouldn't have. I'm David Butler, and this is Clark and Addison, Born Into the Ivy. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and or any audio platform. Leave us a 5-star review as well, and leave us some comments. Also, don't forget to find us on Facebook at Clark and Addison, Born Into the Ivy, or on Twitter at dbutler79 and at Born Into the Ivy. The Blue Jays review. Dylan Cease did exactly what I thought he would. He was dominant. 7 strong innings, 10 Ks. The one hope that I thought we would have is he tends to walk batters at times. He only walked 1 in this game, gave up 2 hits. The dude was fantastic. So, the Cubs were not able to get him out early. He went 7 strong, man. And then, in the 9th, you're facing their closer who has a 1.09 ERA. And let me give you the stat from Carson Wolf. I'm telling you, if you're not following this guy at the Wrigley Wire, you should be. Too much. I'm sorry. Louis Varland had allowed multiple runs just once this season in 53 appearances, and he hadn't blown a save all season. What a moment for Alex Bregman, who now has an 853 OPS in 31 games, because Alex Bregman hit a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs to tie the game. Pete was on. He had led off the 9th inning with a base hit, and then nothing happened. And then, boom, the 2-run shot. Absolutely amazing. And then in the 10th, Bregman had a hell of a diving play to get the second out and keep the Blue Jays from scoring, which was fantastic. And it proved absolutely huge in the bottom half of the inning. Savali did really well in this game, or the Cubs bullpen did really well. David Peterson wasn't terribly sharp, wasn't what he had been overall, but he still only allowed 1 run on a mental error, really. He tried to pick off for the 3rd time, which he didn't get it done in the top of the 1st. There was men on 1st and 3rd, and it caused a balk. And the guy from 3rd scored. The guy from 1st went to 2nd. And damn, that sucks, right? So it was what it was. Only run he allowed in 5 innings. Savali allowed a run in the 7th to make it 2-0. Rollison did well. Thornton did extremely well in the 11th. Caleb Theobar, I was scared when he went out there in the 10th after yesterday, but bounced back beautifully in the bottom half of the 10th inning after Theobar bounced back. Cubs get men on 2nd and 3rd after a wild pitch. Dansby's up, 2-2 count. The Blue Jays bring in Miles Straw, their center fielder, and he's a 5th infielder. They get a strikeout. Swanson didn't even put the ball in play. I get how that could probably mess with your head a little bit, but still terrible. Not the way you want that to happen. At least give us a chance, right? But it was what it was. And then Carson Kelly comes up and hits a beautiful line drive / kind of blooper that looks like it's the game winner. He's got his fist up, and holy crap, Ernie Clement makes a leaping, beautiful play to end the inning. Damn. Beautiful, like Kelly's arms up, and then he's got that wry smile like, you son of a gun. Heck of a play. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat, right? And that was the situation with that. And then Trent Thornton comes in the 11th and shuts it down to phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic. And then Pete gets a base hit in the bottom of the 11th with Carson Kelly on second because he made the last out. And Kelly gets thrown out by Miles Straw at home. Nice play. I mean, you made them make the perfect play, and they did, right? Not terribly surprising because they're a really good defensive team as well. But still, you made them make the perfect play. But Pete, being the heads-up base runner he is, advanced to second on the throw home. Fantastic. I texted my buddy, Pete running here? He said, yeah, I think so. And I said, I agree. And I look up, and there he goes. Takes off at third, easily going to be safe. Catcher overthrows him, and Pete scores. Walk off, wild throw off the stolen base to end the game. Fantastic. I mean, just fantastic. Pete and the catcher, I mean, he rushed it because Pete's fast. And he's really improved his base running from last year, I think. And he's not pressing it as much. He's picking really good times for that. Just phenomenal. Heck of a win. Cubs are now 18 games over 500, season high. Fan-freaking-tastic. Some updates on Hobie Milner, Daniel Palencia, and Edward Cabrera. Cabrera, yesterday, all three had appearances in Iowa, and I didn't talk about that. I apologize, I didn't. Where is Cabrera? Cabrera rehab outing with Iowa. 4 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, unearned. 8 Ks, 55 pitches, 41 strikes. He generated 11 whiffs on 30 swings, 30% of them, and sat at 97.4 miles per hour on his fastball, located very well. This is all from Carson Wolf again. Absolutely phenomenal. That's the kind of thing we want to see from him, and hopefully will continue. The other two both had innings. They allowed a run in 1 inning of work in Iowa. I think that we see Hobie Milner activated tomorrow. That's my guess. I don't know that for sure. I have no inside information. I wish I did, but that's what I think is going to happen. If that's the case, I think that Colin and/or Javier Assad, one of them, goes to the bullpen. If not both of them. And Braxton Garrett goes back down, or Aaron Savali gets DFA'd. He just had a lot of innings or pitches in this inning or this game. He could be DFA'd. That wouldn't terribly shock me either for that to happen. But I'm expecting that Hobie Milner is activated tomorrow. Again, no inside information, 100% speculation. But that's my thoughts with that. That would be fantastic. Valencia, I think, has at least 1 more rehab.
Go, Cubs, go!
I would guess probably 2 more, to be honest. Edward Cabrera, from what I've been heard and read, will have at least 1 more appearance as well, rehab start. So, but middle August, both of them are still on task to be available for mid-August, as long as no drawbacks, right? No holdups. So, fantastic news on all 3 counts. I would say if Milner's not back yet, he would have 1 more rehab appearance this weekend, and then would be back for the series in Washington. Cubs are getting ready to go to Kansas City. These are 6 big games. They're in the middle of 17 games right now, right? In a row without a day off, and they're about done with it. That's the fantastic part. On Monday, I believe it's on Monday that they will be done with that. Let me double check here real quick, folks. I apologize. Yes, yeah, Monday that is done, and they will be back to having some rest. So, which will be fantastic. The Cubs versus lefties and righties. I said I was going to have a whole lot more information about that, right? Versus lefties this year, the Chicago Cubs have a WRC plus of 124. That is first in the majors. They have an OPS of 804, also first in the majors. They have scored 181 runs against lefties, second in the majors. Against right-handed pitching, they have a WRC plus of 107, tied for 7th in the majors. Their OPS is 738, 11th in the majors, and they have scored 411 runs, which is 6th in the majors. They're still really good, right, against right-handed pitching, but they are elite against left-handed pitching. Now, you're going to run into guys like Tar Skubal where you get a couple runs and you're happy you got that. Because
Go, Cubs, go!
So good. But we got it. And we won that game. Left-handed pitching is where it's at. But you think teams like the Dodgers and the Phillies and the Braves and the Brewers know that? I do. Kyle Harrison shut them down, by the way, and he's a lefty. So it's not guaranteed. I'm not saying any of that. But I do feel better about this offense against left-handed pitching than right-handed. Having said that, we're getting ready to play Kansas City with all right-handed pitching, I think. Friday, we don't know who the starter is yet. That hasn't been announced. I've been trying to look. The Royals play later tonight, but it is what it is with it. I don't know if they have anybody that's so dominant that I'm all that worried about it, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to lose games. We are running on 7 straight series road victories, and so we're hoping to get 8 and 9 in this next road trip against Kansas City Royals and the Washington Nationals. I also want to talk about Ian Happ in the drastic splits for him this year and why I'm advocating, and I think that they are doing this, of him not playing much, at least against lefties. Ian Happ versus lefties this year has a slash line of 155, 228 on base, 293 slug, and a 521 OPS. His WRC plus, remember, 100 is for the average player in a Major League Baseball season, is 46 against lefties. 40 freaking 6. Against righties, though, you'll take this. He's actually the second best hitter on the team against right-handed pitching by OPS. He is a 236 average, 361 on base, which helps with all this, a 455 slug, and an 816 OPS. He has a 127 WRC plus. I think what I have complained about still stands in my opinion, but these are the pure season numbers. I don't think that he is in key situations. I mean, he has a terrible batting average in scoring position. He's still at 181 with runners in scoring position. So in key spots, I don't care what these other numbers say. But just purely against righties, you can make a case why he should be starting against right-hander. I don't disagree with that. I want that. The dude plays stellar defense. He made a couple of really nice plays today. But I don't feel like he should be playing against lefties. Tyrone Taylor is a really good defensive player too. Will learn Wrigley Field pretty quickly, I think. And that'll balance out. You know what I mean? I mean, he can at least do this slash line, can't he? I think most people can. Pedro Ramirez can. Try him out in left field. Since the All-Star break, 5 Cubs have an OPS of 800 or better. PCA, 1,044. Seiya Suzuki, 1,001. Nico Horner with a 989 OPS and a 408 batting average. Pedro Ramirez has an 884 OPS, and Alex Bregman, 801. These are all guys who have at least 40 at-bats or more. They all have 50, but I thought that was really cool to know. Nico has been far better. He had a hell of a stint where he was terrible. Even Nico would say that, but he's really come on quite a bit more. Kansas City Royals. Oh, one other guy that I wanted to touch on if I didn't lose it here. Also I did lose it. Also via Carson Wolf. Trying to get it real quick at the Wrigley Wire. Oh, Jacob Webb. Since April 19th, we all know Jacob Webb struggled mightily early on. This dude has 43 innings since April 19th with a 1.88 ERA and a 1.02 whip, 27.6% K percentage, a 6.9% walk rate, and a 198 batting average allowed. A back end of Zephyrhan, Palencia, and Webb has the potential to be lights out down the stretch. I could not agree more, Carson. Could not agree more. Absolutely fantastic work that guy does. Please follow him if you're not. Follow me too. That'd be amazing. Kansas City Royals preview. Royals come into the series at 48-67, 12 games back in the division. They are 5-5 in the last 10. They have won 2 in a row going into tonight. 12-29 against teams that are better than 500, though. They're 25th in runs per game with 4.15. The Cubs are a run better than that. Second in the majors. ERA for the Royals at 4.70, 27th in the majors. Cubs continue to get better, 4.04, 14th in the majors. The Royals starting pitching, 23rd at a 4.47 clip. Cubs at 4.20, 13th. The bullpen for the Cubs is also 13th at 3.90. And the Royals relief pitching is 5.35, 29th in the majors. Probable starters for this weekend are going to be Kevin Gausman, will make his Cubs debut on Friday night in Kansas City. Do not know his opponent yet, but Gausman is 5-10 with a 4.38 ERA. His FIP is far better than that. I know that doesn't always matter, but I truly believe with this defense behind the young man, or the old man, because he's 35, he's going to be really good. Blue Jays have a good defense. It's not as good, especially the infield, as the Cubs. Saturday. This one I'm really excited about. I'm excited about Gausman, don't get me wrong. Clay Holmes, I'm stoked about. 4-4, 2.39 makes his Cubs debut on Saturday night against Seth Lugo, 4-7, 4.41. Don't look for him to go more than 4 or 5 innings. He's just coming out of his rehab starts and still building up, right? But I'm really excited to see what he does in this situation. Dude was pitching. He was dealing with the Mets. Absolutely dealing. And he's now got a great defense behind him because the Mets are atrocious. On Sunday, we got left-handed pitcher Matthew Boyd, 7-1 with a 3.59 ERA against Randy Dobnak, who is 2-0 with a 1.16 ERA in 4 starts, 6 total appearances. Obviously, looks good. We'll see how that goes. All the Lugo and Dobnak are both right-handed pitchers. And we just talked about why that matters, right? But I don't see Dobnak shutting us down the way that he has so far. Other teams, but you never know. Like sometimes crazy things happen, right? Kansas City is a pitcher's park, but we've got a nice threesome right there. Kevin Gausman, Clay Holmes, Matthew Boyd going in this series. And then I would guess that Shota probably starts on Tuesday to lead off the Nationals series. So, offensively, the Royals are led by, we all know, Bobby Witt. Dude only has an 803 OPS this year. That's a good OPS. Don't get me wrong. I just expected higher from him. And then they have Jack Caglione, rookie sensation, and with a 765 OPS, and Nick Lofton with a 734 OPS. Vinny Pasquantino has hit the Cubs well in the past, and look for him to possibly do that, but he is struggling some this year, and so is Michael Garcia, who did much better last year and was a guy that I was a huge advocate that we should try and go get before we signed Bregman. Not necessarily just to play third base, but as a guy that I really liked as a utility guy. So, so Pasquantino and Garcia, definitely guys to watch, even though they're not hitting over 700 OPS wise. Bullpen led by Daniel Lynch, a lefty with a 1.96 ERA, and Jose Cuas, who is a former Cub, with a 2.84 ERA, and John Schreiber, 3.67 ERA. Cuas and Schreiber, both right-handed pitchers. Thank you for joining and or watching and listening to Clark and Addison Born Into the Ivy. Don't forget again to follow us on Facebook at Clark and Addison Born Into the Ivy and or on Twitter at dbutler79 and at Born Into the Ivy. Like and subscribe. Leave us some people to share us with. Share us. Sorry, I'm jumbling over my words here. Have a great day, and let's go Cubs.
Go, Cubs, go!